Number 1, it's a priority to the Minister, and it's in the name of Deputy Niamh Smith. 30 seconds to introduce your question.
Thank you very much, Ken Corla. So I'm to the Minister of Arts, Heritage, Regional, Rural, Gaeltacht Affairs. If you could update us on progress on implementing the Arts and Education Charter, and if you will make a statement on same.
And I just want to thank the Deputy for raising this matter. I know it's something that she's a particular interest in. The programme for a partnership government commits to the continued implementation of the Arts and Education Charter, and my department is working closely with the Department of Education and Skills and the Arts Council to deliver the objectives of the Charter. The work of the two departments and the Arts Council in implementing the Charter is achieved largely through existing structures such as education centres. Good progress has been made to date in terms of launching Ireland's first Arts in Education portal, holding national arts and education days and developing teacher-artist partnerships through the education and training centres. In terms of direct supports for the arts, this is primarily a matter for the Arts Council and its 10-year strategy, Making Great Artwork 2016 to 2025, places specific emphasis on the need to plan and provide for children and young people. The strategy also commits to working to achieve full implementation of the Arts in Education Charter. Arising from the significant increase of support of €5 million which I secured for the Arts Council as part of Budget 2017, I am pleased to say that Arts Council funding in this area for 2017 has in turn increased from €3.1 million in 2016 to €3.7 million this year. This is a very clear indication that the Arts Council is prioritising arts participation by young people and children. In addition to the Charter, the Creative Ireland programme, which the Taoiseach and I launched in December, places a special focus on enabling the creative potential of every child. Building on the Arts and Education Charter, this will involve the development of an integrated plan to enable every child in Ireland to access tuition in music, drama, art and coding by 2022. My department will be working with relevant departments and other stakeholders over the coming months to develop this plan.
Minister, into 2016, the programme for a partnership government, the current government committed itself to implementing the Arts and Education Charter and specifically the local Arts and Education Partnership. And as we know, that takes across departmental strands between yourself and Minister Bruton. We need both departments heavily involved in that. And I'm just wondering if yourself and the Minister have any practical plans in place for the implementation of local arts and education partnerships around the country.
Okay.
Minister, 1 minute.
Yes, indeed, it is in the programme for government, and also a key priority, as I said, in 2017 will be the advancement of the Creative Ireland programme, and in particular Pillar 1, which is enabling the creative potential of every child. And a key feature will be the launch of Creative Children, which will be integrated implementation plan and the Creative Schools programme later this year in September. So my department is working very closely with the Department of Education and Skills to deliver this, and one of the key objectives of Creative Ireland is that by 2022 every child in Ireland will have access to tuition and participation in art, music, drama and coding. So there will be a cross-department approach to this, involving my own department, the Department of Education and Skills, the Department of Children and Youth Affairs, the Arts Council and also the Heritage Council. And I have to say that Minister Bruton and Minister Sabone are very supportive of this initiative.
Can I ask you, is that a separate scheme that you're talking about there in relation to a schools programme, or is that alongside and to run parallel to the local arts and education partnerships, or is that idea completely scrapped and this is a new one in place of that?
Okay. Well, just in relation to the Arts and Education Partnership, the Arts Council have got the additional funding, and they are now taking the lead in rolling out the actions in the Arts and Education Charter. and that came as a result of that charter. It was a very useful pilot in Monaghan, and you're very familiar with it, and it showed the benefits of working together. However, having succeeded in getting the significant additional resources for the Arts Council, it's clear that the best way to deliver the charter is for the Arts Council to work with the education centres and all of the providers there are there that supports teachers right across the spectrum. So the wider ambition is, of course, the Creative Ireland initiative, which I mentioned, and I want children to have access to tuition and participation in arts. By 2022, every single child in the country should have access to that, because we do know when children have access to the arts, it's good for their self-esteem. It's good for them in the longer term. They're more creative, they're more open-minded, and they perform better at school. So there's a big focus on that, and I think it is very important.
Ever that had the Cahar and Chuck the Father Tobin, 3 seconds.